Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Manifesting with the Moon. We are here talking about the August new moon in Virgo, which is very exciting. Virgo's a really, it's a fun and intense energy to play around with, perhaps. So I am here with Stephanie Cartwright and Emily Cady. And what are you guys feeling with this new moon?
Stephanie?
I'm going to use this moon to start thinking about getting stuff in order. I think use a bit of that Virgo energy, get myself back in, getting things organized, and maybe instead of just having a bit of a washy intention this week, have a few more action steps maybe this month. Give that a go.
I love
Hmm.
it.
How about you, Anne?
So my moon is in Virgo, so it's like double the energy for me. And I feel like what I'm going to do is an energetic detox for me. Maybe a little break from social media for the next few weeks. Not totally like I will still be in it and for my business and for my community, but not necessarily me taking time to scroll and waste time and fill a void. And then I also feel like, I have Virgo in my chart. So that side of me that likes order and perfectionism, I'm going to use this time to see my perfectionism as self-acceptance.
Nice.
I like that. I like that. So for
Well,
me, Virgo is like really organizing and everything too. But I want to kind of like make some definite plans on what I want to do moving forward. I want to be a little bit more goal oriented right now, maybe. Maybe not take actions on my goal, but maybe like kind of like pull them in a little bit. These are the goals you want to do. Maybe make a plan on how to execute them.
Love it.
how are you going to do that then, Kristy?
Well, I love a good list. Right? So I don't have my moon in Virgo, but I do have my North Node, my Jupiter, and my Saturn in Virgo. So I am excellent at making lists. I'm a really good student because of all that Virgo energy I also have. So I think I kind of just I tend to like take on a bunch of stuff and then my energy's kind of just like everywhere. So I kind of need to like decide like this is what gets your energy and this is what's going to get your energy. And that's kind of worked for me in the last couple of months. So I'm going to stick with that for now.
Mhm.
I might change my mind because that might be out of balance for my Libra self. Steph understands. She's a Libra.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I thought I would try this month is I was looking at where Virgo is in my chart. So, as you know, you can go and get a chart and get it all drawn up from you for you, and all you have different houses for each of the signs. So, or some people do have multiple signs in each of their houses. So, but mine is in the eighth house, and so I was looking this up. And so Virgo in my eighth house is the house of sex and death. However, it's also the house of transformation, money, and magic. And that sounded so much more exciting to me. So I feel like if I'm going to be leaving things behind, maybe I should look at that particular area to try and if I'm going to manifest something, what do I want to bring in with the money? What do I want to improve in with the magic? And that will lead to transformation because let's be honest, money and magic is going to be transformative. So, when you were saying just now about lists and action steps and making change, I was just thinking maybe that's the difference with Virgo and with intentions is you can't just set an intention. You have to be a little bit more deliberate with the action steps. So, like when Emily was saying about the social media, I wonder whether or not this is you have to think about the using the Virgo energy, maybe thinking, what's my action step? Like, I'm going to delete the Instagram off my phone. You know, I wonder if it's actually it needs to be a little bit more, you know, bullet points, like the list that you just mentioned, Kristy. What do you think?
I would agree with that. I think so. I think that with Virgo energy, it's really like it feels really, I don't think this is a word, but I'm going to use it anyways. Like it gnaws on you. It's gnawy. Like it kind of like it feels like it's kind of like very pushy and very a little bit like microaggressive. Like you need to do this. You need to do this. And then you can like be like, okay, fine, I'm going to do this. And then you go and you act and you kind of do it out of like something unintentional and it kind of like falls flat and everything. So I feel like you almost have to like resist that push that it's giving you. And you do have to be so uber intentional with Virgo. At least that's how it feels for me. Because sometimes, it can just feel like, oh my gosh, I got to do everything all at once, all the time. And then like nothing lands like it's supposed to. And that's like the exact opposite of what we're trying to manifest, right?
Mm, yeah, yeah. I think when we're looking at manifesting for the future, it's also really helpful to think about that up-leveled version of ourselves. So that when we're thinking about where we're going to be in 6 months' time, when actually the moon becomes a full moon, and we've done our full 6 months of manifesting under this new moon, it feels like it's going to be helpful to be able to think about that as a process as well.
Stephanie, can you explain that a little bit more? So I
Yes.
didn't know this. Honest to God, I did not know this. So the new moon, it takes 6 months for it to manifest to become the
Yes.
full
So if
moon.
you
I had no
think about new moons and full moons,
clue.
you have a new moon in Virgo and a full moon in Virgo. And so this is the new moon in Virgo, and the full moon in Virgo will be in 6 months' time.
Ah,
Okay, so under this new moon, your manifestation, say, for instance, if I really decided to focus on thinking about my eighth house, like I mentioned, about that transformation, money and magic,
mhm.
if I set some intentions around that, I could also think about that long full moon stretch. So not just thinking
So
about the monthly
good.
cycle, you
Yeah.
can think about it as the 6 month cycle of Virgo doing the whole, here we go, as well. So you can then think about manifesting with the moon on a much longer cycle, not just every
2 weeks.
sort of like few weeks, you know? So
Wow.
it's
I
like,
love that.
and that's why sometimes it's really nice to go back and see, well, what did I do last? This is a really great time of year to go back as well and think about what did I want to do in the new moon in January, because we're starting to, or earlier on in this year, because we're now starting to get to our full moons again as well. So we can see how it's
Wow,
all
that's
moved around
so
the year.
cool. I never realized that.
Yeah, so and I think this is the lovely thing with manifesting the moon. It's like you get this lovely rhythm every single month. Every 2 weeks you get this new moon, full moon, new moon. You know, so every
Yeah.
month you get your
Mhm.
full moon. Every 2 weeks you're getting a new moon or a full moon, and then all of the bits sort of like as it increases in size, decreases in size, and moves around, and then you get the 6 months.
Love it. Yeah, I've always done it like every new moon, full moon as the
Yeah,
manifesting cycle, not the actual full
yeah.
180, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is the thing is this is where manifesting is just constantly thinking about the flow of energy and how we're just trying to actually work with it rather than pushing against it, or I've got my list and I'm going to stick to it. And this for me is where the Virgo energy is really important, is that it's you can have a list, but actually look at the list and decide what's important. Don't just have a list, because otherwise you're just putting lots of intentions out there, but then you're not using the energy to infuse it. You've just brain dumped. So now it's like once you've brain dumped, now really choose what really sings to you, what really excites you, what really makes you go, that, that's what I'm going to focus on. and then really kind of, and I guess this is where people use things like vision boards and all of those sorts of things, or have music or a playlist, or they create art. And Christy's got some great art out there at the
Yeah,
moment
Kristy, your
on
art's
social media.
amazing. It's so
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you. That's nice of you guys.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
the
not.
portal one. That was really cool.
Yeah, that
Oh,
Porter
thank
one
you.
was great.
Hmm.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's
So,
nice to use those intentional moments.
yeah. And I
Part of
think
your
this
magic.
is, yeah, it's that magic side of it. It's using that energy, just allowing the energy to flow and create. And this is a similar thing. We're just working with the energy of the moon and letting it flow, but using that Virgo drive and that, come on, let's take action.
It's a perfect energy to run over to Patreon and grab some of our PDFs because Virgo is going to
Yes.
help you. Virgo's going to help you, get to it and make those lists, right? And it's so nice to be able to reference those. I think that's been the best thing about this this thing that we're doing, this touch point every 2 weeks, is because I have been very consistent and intentional with my list. And I can go back through and be like, okay, look at this, look at what's manifested. And when we're manifesting, it's such small little bits of energy compounding over time that sometimes you don't even realize what you manifested. And then you're like, boom, whoa, I had no idea. But being able to check that off, it kind of helps close that manifestation loop as well. I was just talking to my husband about this, about celebrating our victories. And we went out this weekend and we had like a celebration for the family because we had like a really big week for our family. And I was like, you have to do this when you're manifesting. You have to celebrate, signaling to the universe, like, hey, it's over. I'm ready for the next thing. Thanks for this. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I love that. So what did you do? How did you celebrate?
Well, we just went out to lunch and we just had like a nice family lunch and sat around and everything. But both of my boys had a nice win this week, and so did my husband, and then I did too. And it was just like a nice little like, okay, we're grateful for this moment. This was a week to be grateful for. Let's just take a moment and just, low key celebrate. And it doesn't have to be,
A
huge big
massive.
thing,
You have
but
to throw a huge party for yourself.
no. I mean, that's fun and you probably should if you want to.
If it's a
But
big thing, yeah.
yeah, but just like intentionally closing it and being like, look what I did.
I
Look at
love
me
that.
being human and leveling up just a little bit. Like, that's a big deal.
It
We have
is.
to celebrate those things.
I agree. So important.
Yeah.
So good. So I want to refine what I had said then about my intention with this new moon if we got a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, after what Stephanie said. um I looked at what house is Virgo, and for me, it's my 10th house, and that's all about public service. And that's what my heart is. I have this heart of service. How can I serve people? How can I serve the universe? So, what I want to set the intention with this new moon is as I'm setting aside my cell phone and not wasting my time scrolling through Instagram, I'm using that to actually connect with my higher self or source energy or my spirit team to be able to be more of public service um, to those that I'm meant to have an influence over. The other aspect of it is on my YouTube and Instagram. A lot of the times I take a lot of time to prepare what I'm going to say. And just before this call, I was on with my coach and she said, stop preparing, just get on and do it. So when I had said that I wanted to change the perfectionism into self, what was the word I used? Self love, or I don't remember, acceptance. So for me to go on with an idea, like get the download and just go on and share what is channeled through me or what vision I've been given or whatever. Like this morning I had such a powerful vision and I should have shared it in the moment on my YouTube, but I was like bedhead and I was like, I can't, but the frequency has dissipated since. So, but to just be who I am, show up authentically and share and not have to have it as a perfectionism. Just it is who I am and I'm here to serve.
That sounds really good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
Virgo energy. Virgo's not bad. It's just kind of it's just kind of pushy. But that's not a bad thing because we all need push once in a while, right?
Right?
You have to be pushed outside of your comfort zone. You don't want to stay in your
Mm.
comfort zone because then you don't grow.
It's
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be easy because I am being
No,
pushed out of my comfort zone.
it's
Well, I guess
totally gonna suck.
all you can do is give it a go. Do
Exactly.
one at a time, and I guess this is the thing with Virgo energy. If you think about the big thing, like I've got all of these things to do, then it might feel, but it's more like I'm just going to get online tomorrow. I'm just going to do that download on Wednesday. Literally every single day, you just kind of just do a thing, don't you? And then it won't feel big.
Thank you.
So, you
Yeah.
know, I sometimes think with Virgo energy and with my therapy head on, the thing is, it's really easy to get overwhelmed. If you think about cleaning the kitchen, you need to start breaking it down into actionable steps. So instead of thinking clean the kitchen, you have to think clean the dishes, wipe down the surface, mop the floor. You don't mop the floor until you've washed your dishes. Okay. So step one, always start with step one. And then the moment you've done step one, step two, and then before you know it, the change just happens.
Mm. So good.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to wrap up here?
I
No?
think I'm good. I just want to finish off what Steph was saying, one step at a time. And as she said, right after she said that, I heard you can't eat an elephant in one bite at a time. You just got to keep, not that we'd ever want to eat an elephant, but I don't know. Have you guys ever heard that saying?
I
Yes.
have heard the same, but I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'll eat an elephant.
I like the kitchen one better, but yes, it's like one bite at a time. You can't go all at once. There's no way you can put the whole elephant in your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, elephants. I actually do love you.
All right. Well, that is the new moon in Virgo. Thank you for joining us. You can catch our Patreon link down below and go get our free PDFs for the new moon so you can start tracking your intentions for this next 6 month cycle with Virgo. I think it's a very powerful time to set some intentions because this is the season we're all kind of motivated, at least in the northern hemisphere. I know that this is the time of year where I'm like, ooh, back to school supplies? Let's go. That sounds fun. Let's make some lists. So if you're into that, hop on that. And we will see you guys for the full moon in a couple weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.